Hi, Click Millionaires. It's Scott Fox. Welcome back. I'm here with some more news you can use to make more money online. Today, I want to talk about domain name scams. That's right, scams that can hurt your business by screwing up your domain name registrations. Domain names are part of the most important assets you have, I would say. They're really a lot like real estate in the old days, but these days you can buy domain names cheaply and they can grow in value. You can buy and sell them, and most importantly, you can use them to brand your business inexpensively. But there are problems with domains sometimes that come about when scammers try to get after you and your domain name portfolio. So I'm answering a question here from some of my ClickMillionaires.com private coaching club members, where we've been getting a lot of questions about domain names recently. So I thought I'd share with you two categories of domain name scams that hopefully can help you avoid these problems. The first is official-looking communications from competing registrars. These are not the folks with whom you registered your domain name originally, but perhaps from other registration companies called registrars who are trying to entice you into buying additional domain names. You might get an email, for example, offering your domain name, but with a different extension. So it's not a .com, they might have the .biz or the .info or the .us or .tv versions of your name. And they try to scare you into buying those, thinking that you need them to protect your business. Now, you may need them. That's not necessarily an illegitimate claim. But the fact is that you probably want to buy them from the same registrar that you bought from originally, so that you have all your domains in one place. Unless, of course, this new guy is offering some great discounted deal that is reliable for the long term. But the fact is, usually when you get those out-of-the-blue solicitations to buy more domain names, they're usually not at a very good price, because they're actually trying to raise the price on you and scam you. So you can think, I would view those as an opportunity to evaluate your trademark and branding positions, see if perhaps there are additional domain names you'd like to buy. But I usually delete those emails and throw out the letters. Okay? On a related note, .com is still the best one to use. Most people just use that. So those other extensions can be useful, but are not my primary goal for you. I will talk about that more in a minute. The second kind of scam that I want to talk about are fake renewal letters. You will get emails or, again, letters. I get letters literally to my house sometimes from very official-looking companies advising me that I need to sign below and offer my credit card information in order to extend the registration to protect my domain names for the long term. If you read the fine print on these offers, whether they come by email, on a pop-up window on a web page, or into your old-fashioned postal mailbox, the fine print usually suggests that you're actually transferring your domain from the place where you bought it over to them. Now, obviously that can cost you more because they're not doing this for free. They're trying to raise the price on you. But most importantly, it can set up that you screw up all the settings and the hosting that you have for the website that you've set up at that domain. So I'd be real careful about these disguised transfer offers that really look like they're trying to do you a favor. They are, in fact, scams. So that's two scams for you. Different extensions and fake renewal letters. I'd watch out for both of those. The bottom line here, guys, is that you want to keep your domain names, guard them closely, but probably keep them all in one place. So you want to find a good registrar, a registrar you can trust. I run InternetMillionaireDomains.com. That's my own registrar that I run through GoDaddy. That's a good place to go, or you can find other places that are inexpensive as well. Keep the costs down. This doesn't have to be tremendously expensive anymore. For example, Network Solutions, they sometimes charge $10, $20, $30, $40 a year. Why? I have no idea how they get away with that. So I would recommend against them as an example. And if you want to look at your brand, your domain name, as a part of a larger branding exercise, then it probably is time to think beyond the basic domain you have. If you already have the .com domain, then good for you. If you don't, I would get it. Why? Because that's what most people have been trained to type in. Even if you have .co.uk and you're targeting the UK audience, well, it wouldn't hurt to get some US customers as well. I'd buy the .com if you can. I'd be real careful about the .cos. Those are being marketed heavily these days. Registrars are trying to suggest that this is a good alternative to .com. Well, it might be a good alternative if people stopped typing the M, but so far we've had about 15 solid years of internet use, and .coms have controlled, I don't have a real number for you, but I'd say 98% of the traffic, okay? At least in the United States. So that .co is maybe a good backup, but not your primary strategy. .com is where it's at, especially for U.S. customers. Now, if you're in a foreign country, of course, your site is in French, .fr, .ca for Canada maybe, .de for Germany, and so forth and so forth. But if you have an English-based site, .com is the way to go. And you might get letters, by the way, again, emails, maybe even to your house or business in the mail, that suggest you need to buy other foreign variations, .asia, .co.hk. Well, maybe that's useful, but unless you're planning on expanding your business into Hong Kong, I don't think there's going to be too much trademark overlap or confusion in customers' minds by them accidentally typing in yourname.co.hk instead of yourname.com. So again, I'd put that in the scam category, and I would be skeptical of any offers that you receive unsolicited for transferring, renewing, or adding additional services or protection to your domain names. I hope that's helpful to you. Avoid those domain name scams. I'm a big fan of domain name investing. I own hundreds myself personally. I think it's a great low-cost way to get involved in making money on the internet, just doing what they call domaining. But if you're not careful, you'll lose control of these assets, and you don't want to screw around with your registration too much. Lock it down. The only legitimate communications that I'm aware of from domain name registrars are the ones to your primary email address from your primary registrar, and those should be delivered at least once a year to check on your contact info and that sort of thing. But other than that, I'd put on the auto renewal and forget about it. You've got bigger things to worry about unless you're a professional domain name speculator. So I'm Scott Fox. This is a ClickMillionaires.com update. I hope that's helpful to you. Maybe demystify the world of domains a little. There's money to be made in buying and selling domains, but in most cases, buy a good domain name, the best one you can, and sit tight with it. Also this week on ClickMillionaires.com, I was looking for some quotations. What are your favorite business quotations? There's a new section in the discussion forum where I'd love to hear from you. We've got another website tune-up community clinic running, and you can chime in with your critique of our good friend Tony's website, and we'd love to hear from you, and so would he. He's going to be giving a free month of membership away to the lucky ClickMillionaires.com member who offers the most helpful comments. And hey, if you have a website yourself that you'd like to submit for a community critique, well, come on over to Click Millionaires, because that's one of the best benefits of being a member. You can have other members from all over the world examine your website for design, usability, and techniques that can help increase your sales conversions. Very helpful. So send me an email if you'd like to submit your website as a ClickMillionaires.com member for a website tune-up community clinic. Last, our video winner this week. Every week there's a hidden video winner. This week's winner, of course, she had her picture posted, which is a requirement, and her name is Sharon, and she's from Alberta, Edmonton, Alberta. And we'd love to hear from you, Sharon. You get a free download from Scott Fox Shop. Thanks for being here, Click Millionaires. It's great to see you. I'll see you again real soon at ClickMillionaires.com. All my best for your success.